Howdy folks, welcome to episode 71. I wanted to show you real quick what I was talking about because I always talk about this thing. So I'm going to turn that off so you can see the whole screen. But yeah, this is Railroad.studio, and so you can do stuff like, so this is that curve where we were turning around and I was talking about I might be able to circularize it. So here, we're going to go like this. See how it says 52 meter radius and this one's a 55 meter radius? That was interesting that it showed, where did it? Oh, that's cool. It shows that. So, anyway, if I do this, see, it just widened it out and made it 59 meters. Now, this one is over here, and it just made it to 60. And it just widened out the center a little bit there. And then, I don't know if there's any others. I think there was one down here that I wanted to check out. There's this one here. The thing is, when you do this, you have to go in and re-clear the, here, 63 meters, see? When you do this, you have to go in and, because now it just moved where the track is. So now it's sitting over, what is that? What is that? There's tunnels, but what is that piece of track there? It just goes into nowhere? It really just goes to nowhere? Is there a tunnel here or something that I'm missing? There's got to be a tunnel that comes out over here somewhere. Yeah, that's the tunnel that goes there. Okay, never mind. All right, but yeah, especially like ones like these. See, this is a 25 meter. See what it does. See, it just made it to 49 meters. And it actually made it instead of making it longer. So we need to remember where those are and go and clear the vegetation off of them, because otherwise you will have a problem. You're gonna have a slight problem. And then the other thing I needed to do here was the industries. I need to go to the where is it? The oil refinery. Where's the refinery? There's a refinery. Okay. And we want to have 360. Remember, we wanted to have 360. So you do that, and then you just download it. And you hit that, and it'll download it. So that's awesome. There you go. All right. And I will see you right over in the game. Okay, here we go. We are in the game, and I need to do that thing. The other thing I got to figure out is these do 46 per car. We're going to have 200 per group of 120, so we're going to have 4 groups of 200, so that's 800 total. 46 goes into 800. Well, 50 goes into 800 16 times, so 16 cars would do 800, except that's 4 times 16 is 64 more. So we're going to need 2 more cars, because we're going to have 64 leftovers after that. We're going to need 2 more cars than that. So we're going to need 18 cars. We're going to need a total of 18 cars to do all this, which is fine. That's not too bad with the barrels. I don't know how horrible the barrel loading is going to be. But before I forget, we do need to go back through these, because remember we did, wow, that's really loud here too. We did go change these things. So, and then there was this one over here, right? Do we have a, yeah, we have a telegraph office over here. We need 18 cars. We're gonna have to figure that one out. Let's go over here. Make sure we don't have a bunch of stuff in the track. It looks fairly clean. I mean, there's nothing here. So this one looks like it was an easy fix. That one was really, it was a 25 meter and it went to like 40 meter or whatever. So that was a huge difference. And then over by our turnaround here. There we go. We're going to go up to this. I should have put that telegraph office in the middle of all this stuff instead of, it's still really loud. I should have put that elsewhere. See, I should have put it over here, because then we could reach everything in the area, because a lot of times we're going to need to teleport to the yard or whatever. I just wanted to make sure, especially on this one, because the ground may or may not be level, and so we may end up with track underneath the ground by doing that. So you do have to go. See, that looks weird, doesn't it? And that's the thing is, it would be awesome if you could just tell it, I want between these 2 points, you know, take all of these sections of track and as one piece, you know, move the ends of them if you need to, but make it as, you know, non-horrible as possible. If that's a word, that's a word. Sure it is. Okay, so we got those. All right, and then the other thing, let's see, we should be able to go back to the refinery. But we don't need to be at the refinery right now. What we need to do... Actually, yeah, I do want to go to the refinery. Because I want to put in... We do need to get more lumber. So we're going to put in some track over here. We're going to put in track that goes over here. That's right, we do need to connect this. So let's do this first side first. First things first, right? There it is. We got that. We got that. We're going to connect this. And then we're going to go over to here. There we go. We're going to go over to here. Is it not going to let me? It's still not going to let me? Okay. So I guess we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Alright, we'll see if this will let me do it. Because that's not too much of a curve. It's not like it's some horrible, undoable curve or anything. There we go. Alright. And let's make sure this is cleaned off before we move on and forget about it. There we go. There's one. Not sure why I'm counting them. I don't need to count. Three rocks. Okay. I think that's, yeah, that should do it. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do was I want to bring this down and connect it. Don't bring me down. Here. I want to bring this down here and connect it to this segment here. Obviously, this is a little bit long. So I want to bring it over this way a little bit more, right? So if we turn that off, see, can we bring it like over here on this side of the tree? Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then we're going to get rid of these cars off of here. We do need to bring those back, so why don't we just do that? We need to bring these. We're going to disconnect this. And we're going to bring, we have fuel. Okay, good. We're going to bring these over, because we do need these. We need to get lumber. How much lumber do we need? It was pretty much another complete load, so we'll just bring all of them. Because we needed 80. We had 50. So we need 30. We need 4 cars. 4 lumber cars. But if we don't do that, if we don't bring them all, then we split up the cars, you know? And then when we need all the cars, then we have to go back and make an entire trip just to get the cars. Whoops, that, and that, and that, and that. There we go. Okay. I'm going to reverse. So we'll just bring them all. There we go. That should get us up there. And then once we get these out of the way, we can take this piece of track out and reconnect. We can put a whatchamacallit. You forgot the name? Yep. All right. Let's let them all stop. Okay. Let's get them out of there. We'll worry about the brakes on that one when we get out. And we'll just buy new brake shoes. Apparently they used to just use wooden brake shoes. That was their brake material, was wood. That'd be really fun when your brakes overheat, right? Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to take off the brakes. See? All right. So we need to get rid of this piece of track, but I want to first get a piece here, a switch to the right that will meld nicely with this. You know, it looks like we're going to need to go pretty far back. So we'll go like this. That looks okay. All right, and then we're going to get rid of this piece of track here. And then we'll reconnect these. And then we'll reconnect these. Okay, now we should be able to connect this over to this. See, and that's one where we can circularize it, right? Number 5. There we go. Okay, so we just need to clean this off. There's one there. I start getting into like first-person shooter mode and like going really fast on this. That one needs to, I need to make sure that one came out. That's really obnoxious, that being there. That being there really bothers me. Okay. That's okay. And we got this here. Did that one come out? There was a little pine tree that was sticking out, and I thought I had heard it breaking, but yeah, maybe that was just my heart. All right. At the sad state of physics here. Okay, anyway. I love it. I love it. The whole thing just tumbles as a unit. All right. And the aloe is okay. All right, good. I think we're good. So what we need to get is we need cars. Where is the bunch of... See, it'd be nice if there was like a car list you could look at. Are they over here? No. Where are the cordwood cars? Where'd the cordwood cars end up? That's hoppers. Are they up on this little loop up here? No. Where are the cordwood cars? That's not them, right? No, that's just an engine. Where did we put the cordwood? Here's a bunch of cars. Yeah, that's the bulkhead flat cars. Okay, so we need to go over this way. Water tank, water tank, water tank, water tank. Box, car, box. Okay, so we have from there. So it's this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that sounds right. 13 of them. Okay. So we just need to buy like 5 more of them once we get those out of there. So we're going to have fun playing with that. Okay. And we'll just do some... We'll end up going over there and doing some shunting in a little bit. But I think here we're just going to go... We're going to take this one. And I think we're just going to go forward instead of trying to back up. Because I thought about backing up and then doing that way because it's shorter, and then we could test out the new track. But we'll get plenty of chances, I think, to test out that other track. We're going to go this way, and this way, and this way. And that's up to the... whatchamacallit. This way. Where did we go afoul of this? Oh, okay. We're going to come up to this and then turn around. All right, cool. That's easy enough. All right, let's go. Wow, that's so close. One of these days that cactus is going to destroy our train. Some cars... No, I'm not running out of fuel or anything. Some car is going to just, you know, hit it the wrong way or whatever. Am I going uphill or something? We shouldn't be slowing down. We should be able to go faster than this. It must be a slight uphill or something. So I think what we'll do is we'll get the lumber first and bring it back, and then we'll go get... Because the cordwood cars are on the opposite side of this whole thing. So we need to bring the lumber here, and then we need to go all the way down to there. Wherever it is. Down to there. Yeah, we need to go way out of our way to get the cordwood cars. The bulkhead cars. See, I think this is a little bit of an up and downhill and stuff. I think that's why we weren't going full speed. Alright, so we need to go like this. And then I'll just decide how many whatchamacallits we need. Tell me that other thing is not going to the right. Okay, good. I'm like, I don't want that switch swinging off to the right so hard because we'll end up flying off the track. This one, I mean to the left. Your other right, you know, the other right. Okay. There we go. Hey, you could actually hear it there. All right. Then we're going to do this, and we're going to come up this side. All right. Let's do it. We should be okay to just shove everything through. We've been spoiled. We're being spoiled now because we've been running those really, really long trains. That were like super touchy and everything like that. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, there must be like just the slightest of hills or something. I wonder what their speedometer, what technology their speedometer used. Like if it was a Hall effect sensor with the little microprocessor and a quartz crystal for timing and what? A little Arduino based. Sure, that's what they used. See, we're topping out at like 54%, so we should be able to like go really fast on the way back. If that's the case, unless there's another car. I didn't put brakes on two cars. There's no way I put brakes on two cars. That's not a thing. See, here's another one up here. This segment of track up here. That's not really. But this here could definitely use with some circularization. Circulization. All right. Let's not. Let's not do that word. Okay, so we need 30. We'll double check. We'll go double check before we commit to anything. I'll get a couple of these loading and then we'll double check while they're loading. But I'm pretty sure we need, and we'll start from the back. So that way we don't have to do any extra shunting. Oh man, that's the one that we're gonna have to do the shunting for it too. See, I didn't see any comments either way on whether or not people thought it would be funny or horrible to you know, either good or bad to do to basically build the track over the top, the sky track, where you just drop the lumber out of the sky onto the platform. And the rest of this map, because I've done a couple maps where I did a lot of ridiculous things. This isn't one of them. So it just kind of feels like it would be out of place on this map. There's other maps where it would be totally make sense and everything. Okay, so we're going to do this and this, and then we're going to go check out the map. And we're going to see it's right here. Almost need to make a shortcut right there. I think we'll do that. Let me see. We have 28 lumber. We started with 48, right? Yeah. Let me see. We started with 48. We used 20 to do 1/4 of it. Yeah, so we do need a total of 80. We need 60 more, and we have 28. So we need 32, right? 28 and 32 is 60. We need 32 more, and we can fit 6. So we need to load up 6 of these cars. Is what we need to do. We need to load up 6 cars total. I swear one of these things must have the brakes on. Somebody's got their brakes on or something, because this thing is just acting like it doesn't want to coast. And it can't be that we've been going uphill the entire way. Here we go. We'll get this one onto here too. There. So that's 2, 4. See, there's the thing. We're going to have to shunt like 3 times in order to get that in there. You know? All right. Too bad there's not a car called a Funk. Then we'd have to shunt the Funks up. All right. Wah, wah. Okay. This is the easy part. That's 24, 30. Yeah, we won't be able to avoid bringing in extras. Okay, so then what we're going to do is go over to here. And let's see, where does that corner go? It's right there. Okay. So let's go like this. Let's start on this end. Didn't we even have an extra switch over here somewhere? No, we don't have an extra switch. Okay. All right. We're going to get rid of this one. We're going to put in a piece of track. A little bit. And then we're going to put in a switch that goes off to the left. And then we're going to reconnect this track. We're not going to have anything left to connect. Or as far as deco, I mean. Because we're going to have... We keep removing deco. And then the track moves. And then we remove more deco. See, like this. And then remove deco. That's just aloe vera. Okay. All right, and then we're going to take this. Get rid of those. We're going to go like this. We're going to go this way. Does it not want to? There we go. Like that. And we're going to bring that over that way. That's perfect. Okay. We're going to bring it over this way. Because we want to connect in about here, right? And then we're going to put in a switch over here somewhere. Oh, great. We get to replay with this track again. That's going to be fun. Okay. So we're going to put in a piece of track here. And then we're going to put in a switch. And then we're going to go like this. That's not too bad. That's not bad at all. Okay. I thought that was going to be way worse. No, that's not bad at all. Okay, and then we'll just connect these two. And then we do need to make sure that we don't have any other deco on the tracks. Just that little segment that we changed. Okay, so let's go check out this segment here first. Make sure... Yeah, we don't have any deco in the way. Okay, and then this... It would be really fun. This is where the co-op thing would be fun, because you could have like somebody driving along as the other person is like trying to stay ahead of them and getting all this stuff out of the way. Alright. Most games don't do co-op very well. This one, if it weren't for the networking issues, would be really fun for co-oping. And I don't think they'll ever fix it. I think they've abandoned it already. Let me see. Unfortunately. It's kind of... It doesn't surprise me either, because the previous one that this is based on or whatever was the same way. Where they got to a certain point and then they're just like, okay, I hit technical limitations that I'm not qualified to get past, and so I'm just going to abandon it here. Or something. I don't know. That's kind of the vibe I got of it. I didn't play the previous version. I think it was called American Railroad something. ARR. Because this one, it even has the same name, the ARR. The EXE is ARR. It's not Railroads Online. The internal name, anyway. Like when it crashes and stuff and it has a crash report. Okay. Alright, cool. Looks like we're through. Yeah, looks like we got it. Let's go do it. Let's go over this way. Let's see if we can get this thing back. We're not going to be able to get all these unloaded that quickly, but let's double check. Do we have a brake on somewhere? Like, give me a break, you know? Alright, you knew that was coming. Don't lie. You knew that was in the works. Alright. One more. Aha! See, there was a brake on. Huh. Okay. I'm like, it's exactly how much it would cost if it had one left on. Alright. Let's go like this. We're just gonna go. We're gonna see what the cars do. It's not that bad of a turn. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're good. We just got a little bit of land coming up on it there, but no, this is fine. Way better shortcut too. I mean, that's kind of the idea that I wanted to do, is like just start making shortcuts to everything, the direct routes, and then maybe we'll run a second time through every industry, because it'll go faster with all the shortcuts and stuff. I don't know. We'll decide. We don't have to decide that now. Yeah, there we go. 29 seems to be the point. Okay, so what we can do is we can try out this track here. See? We can do that. We don't even need to have a reason. There we go. Alright, cool. We can try out this track. Just for the fun of it. Because I don't think we're gonna... No, we're not gonna get through the to the finish of this. We'll be able to back the first cars in, but that's it. That's not bad, though. I can load up Betsy and everything, and then we can go do that. We're going to have to... Whoa, 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 whoa! That looks scary. That one right there. It's actually not in the way, and now let's see if it knocks the engine off. Nope. Okay, good. That looked kind of scary. Alright, cool. They didn't all pile up on me either. I just wanted to test this new track. That was my goal. And then we've got this other chunk of track over here. Good luck, right? Because we have to get past that with the back of the cars. Yeah, we'll mess with that next time. So, yeah, that's going to be it for episode 71. Join me in episode 72. We'll get these unloaded. We'll get Betsy on there or whatever. We'll get the porter going. Did it sound like a tree breaking? Or is that... No, that's just my cats. Cats making grooming sounds. Anyway, that's going to be it for episode 71. Join me in episode 72. We'll see you then. Later.